Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, it is Monday morning, ready for another week. It's going to be really busy. I picked up 4 new projects at the end of last week. Yeah, in one day, 4 pickups in one day I did with the trailer. So yeah, dedication to the cause definitely there, I think. So yeah, in total now we've got 5. I've showed you one, which is the Toyota Argo, which is a lovely little car, I've got to be honest, and it's a great little popular thing. So I think that's going to be all right. And then I've got 4 other vehicles to show you that I picked up last week. But before we get into those new projects, guys, we have to continue with the wife's Range Rover Evoque, and yeah, get it all back together for her. We've done the chain, we just need to do the process of replacing bits and pieces. So let's get into it, let's start the day, let's do this. So yes guys, we are carrying on with the wife's Range Rover Evoque today. I want to really have a good crack at this today. What I've done, I'll show you, is that I've actually pinned it and timed it now. So you can just see the pin now is through there. So that is locked and timed where it should be. So we can continue. But I want to change this lower sprocket here. That one just there. The kit comes with a new one, so I thought, you know what, let's just swap that over. It don't take much really. You just push that chain. I think you just, that's it. You just push it up, and then you can flick that that sprocket comes off, and then we'll just change that over, put a new one on. You see it's all loose, so it won't take much to get it off, and it comes with the kit comes with a new one anyway. So yeah, the other thing I want to do is just have a little check around, just make sure everything else is okay. But yeah, I'm actually using, let me just show you what I'm using. So I'm using the same specification that I used to rebuild the Focus ST, the white one. Now my daughter's driving around in. I'm using the same specs because it's exactly the same engine. And then when you put this crank pulley on as well, there's certain procedure. There's like a little dot. Let me just show you the dot. You see it just there, that little dot. So that little dot has to line up with the crank sensor here in the middle. And then you've got these open teeth here. So it sits roughly about there. And then you count 20 all the way around, and it gets to that dot. So yeah, that's got to line up like that. That's got to go in there. The crank sensor's got to go in place. And then you just sort of line it up, and then that dot's got to line up. We've got this special tool that comes with it, which is the same tool as in there. You can see the picture. The same tool there. That sits over the crank sensor like this, goes like that. And then it sort of locks it in place. It's a locking tool, locks it in place while you do up the crank bolt there. So yeah, I'm actually using this, this specs, and it gives you everything on this diagrams, all the information you need, all the torque settings, everything to change, everything on the car, on the engine. It's not the car, because the car's a Range Rover and this is a Ford diagram. But yeah, you can see that I used all those specifications to do all the timing. Head gasket, yeah, so there we go. And then I'll I'll find I will find the specification torque settings for, I think they're coming up now. They are coming up. These bolts here, can you see? You know, it tells you how to silicon the case around with this. So you use that to go around, and then the torque settings is next one here. These are your torque settings in sequence as well. So it tells you there what it needs to be, what you need to torque them up to. So yeah, you know, it's got all the information there. It's all there. So let's just get set up. Let's start putting this back to, or doing the lower one first. This one here, pulley. We'll do this first, and then yeah, just do the reverse and start actually putting this car back together, because she wants her car back, bless her. So yeah, let's set up, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, let me show you what I've been up to. I did mention about changing that lower sprocket at the bottom, but I was struggling. I was struggling. I cannot, you know, what you do is you push that little bar up there, takes the tension off the chain. But could I slide it off? No. So I checked it all over, make sure it was all right. No damage to it. Yeah, and it's all good. I'm going to leave it as it is. Just leave it on there because it just seems like it's really more hassle. So yeah, but you can see the tensioner is now on, which is this one here, and I pulled the pin, nice and tension. The belt is nice and tight this side. So yeah, I'm quite happy to continue, and we'll put the casing on now. Well, I'll glue the casing on, because yeah, I'm quite happy. The chain is nice and taut, nothing's moved, the top end's not moved, the bottom end's not moved. Yeah, there is really nothing else to go on there now. It's all been done. So yeah, that's the new one. Got the torque settings for that bar, which is 10. and the tensioner there. 2 of them, and though that guide there, those 2 bolts were both 10 Newton meters there. So yeah, and you just basically just keep following the process. It does show you that you can depress the original one if you have to, which is this one here. You just put it in a vise and you press it, and then you can pin it after that as well, but we don't need to do that because we've got a new one going in. There you go, look, you just pin it there. But yeah, oh, actually that says that it's quite, that says 40 Newton meters. 40, Christ, that's really tight. It can't be 40 surely. 40 and 60 degrees. And yeah, it says it up here 10. So I've got to work out what one it is at the minute. And oh yeah, no, it is 10. The top ones, the top sprockets are 40. See it's there, look. Yeah, that's what he's telling me. No, I'm right, I'm correct. It's all right. Just questioning myself for a minute there. But yeah, it shows you how to sort of remove the sprockets and do all that sort of it, but we're not removing the sprockets, so that's good. The VVTs, variable valve timing, we're not doing none of that. So yeah, I think we can go back to the casing, which is, where is it? Can't find the case now. Sump. They are good, these e-manuals. Really, really good information. Tells you every single bolt, what torque settings should be, procedure, everything. Where is it? Come on, where are you? It's coming up soon, I think. There it is. Okay, so that is our next job, is to get this on. It shows you where to put the mastic as well. Hello, mate. Right, sorry guys. Yeah, someone come to the door, so I had to sort of cut off there. But yeah, I'm back. So what I was saying is that we're now going to put the case, this casing on. Obviously, we're not going to put this in. That don't need to be going in just yet. But we are going to be putting this casing on, putting some mastic around. It's really clean, this actually. It's come up quite well. So it tells you, does it show you? Yeah, it shows you here exactly where the mastic should lay and sit. Even obviously around these little holes here, they should sit around there, around there, around there. And it just shows you where to put it all. So yeah, that is what we're going to be doing now. So 3mm bead going around the outside and a 2mm bead around the little holes here. So yes, that is what we're going to do now, guys. So I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me just show you what is going on. So I've managed to get the actual crank pulley and bolt in place and done up tight. I'm just trying to see if I can show you. So you can see the little mark, the black mark in there. That's where the crank sensor sits. So everything's lined up. And then we've done the bolt up to the torque setting on that one. And then come to the top, pulled the plate out the top there. Spun the engine over 3 or 4 times, pretty easy because there's no spark plugs in at the minute, so it spins over quite nice. Check the markings again, put the pin in the back of the engine. You can see it, this one here, that one there. So again, that lines up. That can actually come out there because it's all lined up and everything's still timed and everything's lined up. So that should be done, and it's nice and tight, that chain, really nice and tight now. No slack whatsoever. So now that's probably the hardest bit done. We should be on the home straight now. We just need to get this all put back together, and we'll see what she runs like once I've done it, but it's going to take a bit of time doing that. So let's now start putting everything back together. It's going to take some time. I've got loads of bits and pieces over here. It's all got to go back on. Yeah, let's just see. Yeah, let's see how long, what we can get done today. So I'll set you up, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay, so what a fight this has been. And it's all because of that belt situation down there. The way it was around the pulleys and the way it was around weren't tensioning properly. And it was just because it had to go, it's so weird, but it had to go around that pulley instead of around the back of it. It's weird to explain, but yeah, it is. That belt is so long and it's around all the bits and pieces, and you've got to make sure that it goes in the right place and the right position and fighting with it. But I finally think we're getting somewhere. So the top cover's on. That's all done. High pressure fuel pump is in place and done up there. Just got to connect the hoses up and connect all the bits and pieces up to it, the wiring and stuff. But we're starting to get it go back together finally. So yeah, I'm going to continue. Let's just see how far we get today. Let's keep going, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay. I am absolutely shattered. This car has been fighting me all the way. And a big part of that, the space. If there was more space to work around the engine, it wouldn't take us long. Nowhere near as long. And that's why a lot of people just remove the engine. The trouble is with this one is that to remove the engine, you've got to drop the whole subframe with the struts, like the legs, and the whole front part all the way across, the gearbox, everything just comes as one whole thing, and you just drop it down on the floor or on a pallet or whatever. You know, I don't know if that would have been, yeah, it probably would have been a lot quicker, I've got to be honest, but I'm getting there, guys. I'm definitely getting there. Parts are vanishing from the bench. I'm getting rid of all the bits and pieces. It's all going. We ain't got a lot left now. Yeah, it won't take long tomorrow to get this completely finished for her. I think one more day and then we'll be done. I can't start it yet because we haven't got the injectors in. I ain't got the fuel line, the rails and all that sort of stuff. I ain't got none of that in. So we can't start it to see if it runs okay. But it is now supported by itself, not on the actual jack there. So that's good news. I can lift the car up and down and get a good space to work. I'm getting there. The underneath part is getting there slowly. Let me just show you. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there. I've put all the turbo pipe is now being reconnected. This orange one here, that's been reconnected down. It goes to the intercooler up here. So that's all done. the crank sensor wiring, that's all now connected. The bracket, all this bracket work and this lower support, all that's connected now, because I like to disconnect all that to get to pin the actual engine up. Do you remember? So that's all back together, and we've got a nice space here now for the drive shaft just to go in there, and then it's just doing all this suspension work, putting all that back together. Yeah, so oh god, it is, but it is fighting me because of the space. It's just space. That's all it is. If it weren't for that, it'd be so much quicker. So yeah. Anyway, we are getting there. But it's been a struggle today. I've got to be honest, a right struggle. But turn the corner. We're on the home straight. One more day, and this will be back to normal, back together on the floor, on the ground, and she can have her car back, and we can then move on to all the other little jobs we've got coming on. I've got services coming up during this week. People calling me, messaging me, can I do this, can I do that? And I'm booking people in and getting jobs all booked up. And obviously the new projects, guys. I've got to show you guys the new ones, the other 4 the 4 projects I picked up last week. I've got to show you those as well. But for today, that's it. I'm done, shattered. I'm going home. Have a nice shower and something to eat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we hopefully, fingers crossed, we should finish this. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon in the next one. Take care. Thanks again.